every evening when the sun goes down, get with my party and I begin to clown. I don't care what the people are thinking. I'm not drunk, I'm just a drinker. I set 'em up, another round. I set 'em up, another round. I set 'em up, another round. One more round won't get me down.
And then I gave her £20 and she walked away with a smile. Anyway, welcome to Drinking with Fear. My name is Pete Selby and I am the Fear, and I'm sat drinking with some friends. Now, the thing is, friends is a loose term, but acquaintances. And this podcast, it's meant to be, it's labelled under comedy, but that's up to you to decide.
Bit loose, that.
This is a bit loose.
Very,
yes,
very
it's a bit
loose.
loose. But essentially, we're sat with a beer and we're having a chat, just like we were down the pub, but we're not, because we've got microphones in front of us. The aim, really, of this is to do this down the pub, but that's something we can do.
I think that you need to actually explain why you're called the Fear, because I don't think
That's
you
a
can
boring
just...
story. No one wants to hear that.
Well, okay, we'll say who's here right now. So I'm Pete. You've got Ben sat right opposite me.
Hello.
So that's Ben and Wayne.
Good evening.
Evening. Cheers. We're all drinking the same beer, actually. Oh, no, what you got?
No, I've got whatever cheap shit you bought. That was in the fridge.
So
Bex,
you
I
had
got
the
Bex.
selection of... There was about 10 in there, different kinds of beers, and you picked one yourself, and yet you still called it rubbish beer. That's terrible.
Well, I wasn't spoilt for choice.
Well, I've got a cause.
Also cause.
Yeah, well, I'm drinking what you brought round, so that's
Wait.
searchable.
Cause Light. Let's not beat around the bush.
I do have to work tomorrow, actually.
It's
that's not what you want to
beer
hear.
of Jean-Claude Van Damme, isn't it, the cause?
Yeah, I do
It's good
think
enough for him.
That's why I think it fits my physical.
Yeah.
As we were
Do you
talking,
think he actually drinks it?
Definitely.
I think he does. I think he has to. It's a bit like a sportsman. If you're sponsored by Nike, you can't be wearing Adidas. I think Jean-Claude, he goes into a bar. Should we go in here? Yeah. And he walks up to the bar and goes, "No, lads, let's turn around," because they haven't got calls.
He's the muscles from Brussels.
But he's
And
also
in Belgium.
he's a man of principle, though, as well.
True, but they're quite big on their beer in Belgium.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure he would degrade himself.
Do you think he's that much of a patriot towards the beer?
I think most Belgians are.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Fair
a
enough.
beer culture over there.
Yeah, well, I think so. But anyway, but the nickname the Fear actually was given by you, Ben.
Yes, it was. Well deserved as well.
Yes, he does put pointing, by the way. I think it's really good on the podcast to point. Essentially, there was no reason. Again, lots of things are based around no reason at all. But during our darts days, if you hit 180, then you were given a nickname, and the nickname started with an F.
Unless it was me, I cheated.
Yeah,
it was my team.
But essentially, you began with F.
Why an F?
Exactly?
Don't know.
There's no reason.
Oh.
There's no reason.
idea.
So I hit 180, and I was the Fear. So if you go through the nicknames, there's the Fear, there's the Fury.
There was the face was
The
one.
face,
The fire.
fire.
The Ginger Lee.
Yeah, there's
He got that.
there's quite a lot. And anyway, so
Wayne got the fiddler, not this Wayne. I'll point out.
no. Wayne 2 got the fiddler.
I think we'll refer to Wayne 2 quite a lot.
Wayne
during
2.
these
Oh, I think
podcasts,
Wayne 2 will definitely be on the podcast. But anyway, that's why I'm called the Fear, and hence the episode or the podcast is called Drinking with Fear.
You threw it against two girls as well, which made it even more manly. Jean-Claude Van Damme would have been proud of that.
darts,
Beating women more manly?
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. Well, I think darts is that one sport where who were the girls?
Oh, I can't remember now. A long time ago.
It wasn't Old Carol, was it?
I think Anna, Scouse Anna, was one of them.
Old Carol only threw for 19, which is at the bottom, towards the bottom of the board, because she can't throw that high. So that's why she goes for 19s instead of 20s.
Well, to be fair, you're not exactly...
Yeah, you know.
No, but I can throw a bloody dart towards the top of the board. In fact,
I'm
quite.
sure she could probably throw a dart, but
No,
maybe
she
she
couldn't.
could like...
No, she couldn't. She's old, decrepit.
In
mate.
fact, more
Actually,
often
listen
than
to
not,
this.
I throw a dart actually too high and too hard. But there we go. Anyway, so that's why it's called Drinking with Fear, and that's the podcast. That's what we're going to be doing from now on. So a little bit of housekeeping, and we're not going to do this every week, but basically make sure you follow us on Facebook. Go to Twitter, Drinking Fear @Drinking Fear. Follow us there, and you'll get all of the episodes updating straight away. And if you go go to iTunes. If you go on your mobile phone, click on podcast, or go to your podcast deliverer of choice, type in Drinking with Fear and click subscribe. It means that you'll get the episode straight away. That just has to be said right now.
Does this mean I've got to get a Twitter?
Yes. I ain't got one.
You've not got one?
No, I don't know if I want one.
See, this is the thing, right?
Are we on Instagram?
We
I've
could
not
be on
got that
Instagram.
either.
No,
Am
I've
I
not
that
got that.
old? I don't
No.
even know what's the point of him. to be honest.
I do like the fact that neither of you are social media savvy. Now, I'm not social media savvy. I do have it, but
It
I
doesn't
kind
sound like you're social media savvy, mate. No. After all that, it sounds like you're completely clueless.
I thought it was really good and really smooth. But the thing is, I have to use it for work as well. But when we put the podcast together, and I put the team together, I then realised, I thought, right, the best way to expand is to get each of you to then retweet and share this with all your followers
Well,
online.
that's gonna happen.
And I've realised I've picked
Yeah.
the worst two
My
people.
many
The
followers.
worst two people for that.
I'll put
so
some flyers up if you like.
I've got quite a loud voice.
Yeah, you could shout it from the
could
window.
do that,
We'll
yeah.
tell the pizza guy when he
Oh,
comes.
he'll love it, won't he?
Yeah, we've got pizza on the way, so
Margarita for Pete.
yeah,
He's on
he
a
can
diet.
then spread it to whoever he has to send off afterwards.
that's true. Spray paint and just
Yeah.
usual vandalism. Etch it into tables and that at work and
Mm-hmm.
that sort of thing. Anyway, also spread the word when you listen to this. But we should start with a subject, a topic. What we're going to talk about. What are we going to talk about right now?
The fact that you've ordered a margarita pizza.
I've ordered the margarita pizza because I want to keep it for tomorrow, and I think margarita.
You can do that with any pizza.
You
It's not
can.
the essence of cheese that makes it last longer.
No, but I think when you're eating at work, if you're eating a cold pizza in the morning, it's just a bit nicer to be a plain margarita than anything really weird. No, but I would normally have
No,
seafood
I think
and
if
stuff.
you have it the next day, I prefer a margarita because I think if you've got like a meaty shit or
You both
whatever,
nuts.
but then it
What's
gets
wrong
all
with you?
greasy and the
What's
fat
wrong with you?
congeals.
Well,
I
for one, I
prefer-
think eating pizza the next day is just wrong.
Oh no, I completely disagree. I'm quite happy to eat pizza the next day.
No, it's disgusting.
It's
No.
not, but
It
I
is.
agree with Wayne. The fact
Of
that
course you would.
I normally would have, say, seafood and stuff, so I don't really want a cold seafood pizza the next day. That's the reason.
Seafood on pizza?
Yeah.
Really?
Anchovies. I
No.
wouldn't. I mean, I'm
Seafood's
alright with
on
anchovies.
anyway.
I wouldn't go with like.
Oh, people who put pineapple on.
Oh no, that's disgusting.
No.
No,
It's a terrible
it's
choice.
not
There's no
right.
wrong with the meat feast.
Pineapple.
Have a
We're not
meat-
going to. We're not going to discuss pineapple on a bloody pizza. It's the easiest thing to discuss in the world. I have got something to talk about, and it's happened in the
better
last
than that?
24 hours. Oh, this is
How exciting!
this
What is it?
this guy is an absolute hero. Okay,
Okay.
and because
Is it
you're
Wayne
not so,
T?
huh?
Is it Wayne T?
He's not a hero at
Is
all.
it Jean-Claude Van Damme?
It's not Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh,
This
okay.
guy is better than him. But it's technically related to films in a way. A guy, this is on social media, I saw yesterday, and he's into my top 10 heroes of all time. He's been fired from his job in America.
I've seen this.
He's been fired. You want
What
to
a
see this one.
legend.
He's a hero. Basically, he's been fired from his job because, and he's made a film. He's recorded himself about 100 times at work. His nickname is Paul Blart, the big fat security guard.
Yes.
Yeah.
And basically, he's recorded himself farting at work, and he's
It's
it's
facial
amazing.
expressions as he's doing them.
That's the
It's
thing.
just theatre.
So he looks at the camera. He's got a real big chubby. Imagine a big chubby face. Basically,
It's
me.
not difficult.
Yeah, thank you. Imagine me. So I'm looking into the camera, and then just as he's about to let rip, just raises an eyebrow, and he's clipped about 100 together in this 4-minute clip. It's the greatest
Where does
thing.
he work?
Well, where did he work? He's a security guard.
I
He's
didn't
like
read into it that much.
No,
I
I
saw his
didn't.
facial expressions, like little clips of him doing it. I thought that is brilliant.
he's an absolute hero.
But he
It's
looks
the-
like the sort of person that would do it as well. He's a larger chap, isn't he, with that little
He-
thin moustache going round, side parting thing going on. He looks like a bit of a fart.
So
bit of a
what are
trumper.
you doing to help get his job back?
I'm doing nothing. I'm laughing at the video. I think
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
amazing. But the thing is, he likes the sound of his own farts. Now
Well,
we
who
all
doesn't?
do.
Who doesn't?
Well, we all do.
Yeah.
And because of my job, I'm in a soundproof booth, very close confined. There's only 2 seats. There's only virtually all the time one person in there. And as long as you not press the button, then no one actually can hear you say anything at the time. So you can be completely silent and get the full effect of an absolute ripper. And because we start at like 8 in the morning on air, honestly,
they're just flowing through at
you've
that
got
time,
your,
aren't they?
You've got
Yeah.
your morning.
Yeah.
You've got your morning big one, the big gassy one. So you're sitting on the motorway and you're sitting on it. You go, look, this is going nowhere. I'm going to wait. This is what I do.
You
Don't
can't
you?
hold them in.
Yeah.
Oh, no, mate.
You can't look at me like that, Wayne.
I can't think I can give enough disdain for your behaviour.
Wayne,
Really?
for a job, you pick through people's poo. So surely, if you
That is true.
so basically, if you fart at work and someone like raises an eyebrow at you,
would
and
know.
say,
You would
someone tuts at you, go, oh, that's horrible. Surely you can turn around and go, we're digging through shit.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Well, the offensive part of a fart is not the sound, surely.
Oh no, that's true.
Yeah, so
No,
surely
I
you're
think
you're dealing with that every day.
Indeed, but
You must
I
become
take
immune
objection
to farts.
the fact that he's holding on to it whilst going to work.
I still don't think you should do that. It's just
Only
Very
once
It's not healthy.
Friend-
Speaking from someone who deals with bowel cancer, it's not healthy for your colon, man.
I have a specific roundabout that if I'm actually past that, then I will then hold on to it. Basically, it's within 2 minutes.
I can't believe we're on episode 1 and story number 1 is about farts.
I think it's about standard.
I think that is setting the level, isn't it, for where we want to go for the
Yeah,
rest of this.
I think to be honest as well, I think we just to tell people, because people are going, oh god, is this what we're going to be talking about? We're going to talk about anything. There is nothing that we go, because if we just go through like what we do for jobs, Ben,
Me, I'm a refit manager for a retail company.
there you go, Wayne,
I work in cancer screening,
and
particularly bowel.
there you go, and I'm a sports broadcaster. There we go. We've got 3 very different jobs, and we'll talk about those. We'll talk about stories. We'll talk about anything at all.
But we all fart.
And we all exactly.
There we go. Go
Why
with
not
something in
start
common.
on a
Yeah.
level? Exactly. It doesn't matter. Age, race, size, wealth, whatever.
I'm
Guess what?
assuming
The Queen does it.
as well. If people want particular topics discussed, they can tweet.
They can tweet. They can email in. There'll be email.
And your question on that, yes.
They can
Jesus.
Twitter.
That's the
Yes.
joy of Twitter.
Yeah.
They can send a
Yeah.
pigeon carrying a
Or-
scroll.
Yeah,
You know, you love all that Potter crap. You know how it all works. And an owl.
you love that part. Of
I
crap.
know how it
Why are
works.
you telling me? Yeah, I don't mind it, but you're a fucking nerd when
No,
it comes to Harry Potter.
Yes, but I hide it.
I quite like Harry Potter. I'll watch a Harry Potter. It has to be like a Sunday afternoon. Doing anything. It wouldn't stop me from doing anything else if Harry Potter was on.
I reckon I've gone beyond it now.
Well, you're no longer.
Really?
No. I'm
How'd
not
you-
saying
how'd
that.
you go
Or you're
beyond Harry
more-
Potter?
Or you're more.
No.
than you ever used to.
I know what you're saying. No, I think if it was on TV, so you have a list of films where if it's on, you have to watch it.
Definitely.
Okay.
With you on that one.
And we'll name a few in a minute. But for me, Potter now is not on that list. So
Definitely not, no.
it's not on the list.
It's too long to start off with.
Yeah, and it's too. It's I'm not bothered about the films and all that sort of thing. Of course, I read the book. I didn't read them all. I read up to like the 5th one, and then they got
Well,
too
even
big.
I read them all.
Huh?
Even I read them all.
Yeah, but I didn't read them all.
I haven't read a book in years.
You can't read for God's sake.
Yeah.
You know, you wear glasses
I was
for
at
show.
I was at school last time I read a book. I
Maybe the
think.
next episode,
didn't
I'll
read
just
at
read
school
chapters.
either.
No,
Never went.
Harry
that
Potter
was a
to you
comic.
guys.
Sorry, Wayne, we
For
talked
the-
over you then.
Yeah, but maybe for the next episode, I'll just read Harry Potter to you two.
If you do, I will burn your house
Yeah,
down.
No?
don't think we'll get
Okay.
many people.
I'll
listening
burn
to
your
that,
house
yeah.
down. Don't
So
worry
we're
about it.
talking films where they're even if you've got them on DVD, even if you've got them on record somewhere.
No one's got DVDs anymore.
I know, you know what I'm saying though. Even if you've got it on Netflix, then if I'm down being cool, and but it comes on TV, you have to stop and watch it. It changes your plans.
I've got 2 top of my head straight away.
Straight away off the top of my head, I've got Cool Runnings.
That's not on mine at all.
Really? Do you not agree?
No.
If you're
no.
flicking through the
It's a
TV
good
channels, like,
film.
oh, it's an amazing film. Name me a person that doesn't like Cool Runnings.
Yes, but when was the last time it's been on? Actually, to be honest, it's not one that's
It's
repeated
not a
lot.
frequent one, no. Not like The
I
Hobbit.
don't know. I don't check out like ITV3 at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Well, you probably should.
It probably
Cool
is.
Runnings
You
is always
say
on.
it like you do.
Oh, you mean
I
the
ain't
Cool
awake at
Runnings
that
channel?
time.
Oh, this
The John Candy channel.
Oh, that'd be a great channel.
That would be a great
So
channel.
when Sky Movies do that, they've got Denzel Washington at the moment. Imagine that. That would be a great channel if they had the one.
Oh,
for all
the John
candies.
Candy one.
Yeah, two instant come to mind: Total Recall and Tremors.
I was
Well,
going to say
I-
Total Recall.
You were going to say I knew
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
No,
I
I like
also-
I like the woman with the 3 boobs. I like that bit.
Who doesn't?
Tremors is it's Kevin Bacon. Isn't it?
We're obviously
He's a
talking
legend.
about
pole
the,
vaulting across the desert.
Arnold Schwarzenegger Total Recall, and obviously not the Colin Farrell one.
Oh,
No.
it got remade, didn't it?
Yeah.
No, because if you did say that, I don't really want to get glass on my carpet and a glass shirt. It's not the greatest thing. Sorry, we're in drinking with Fair Studios.
I would say mine would be The Thing.
Yes.
The
What thing?
1982 thing.
What thing?
That thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's because you're a terrible person.
I am a terrible person.
Possibly Jaws.
Yeah, Jaws. I can agree with Jaws.
Not so much. I'm not agreeing with any of it so far.
Now, if you want to get like really weird and nerdy, you know, if Chasing Amy came up on TV,
Yeah, that'd be that.
I'd watch
There's
that.
certain films out there that I would.
What?
No, yeah, I would, but
Do you
maybe
know
other
Chasing
people
Amy?
wouldn't.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
No, exactly.
It
That's the
sounds a
thing.
bit like a chick flick.
kind
It
of.
kind of is in a way.
It's
No.
a rom-com.
Yeah, it is. But
I'm coming
there's
across as very uncultured, aren't I?
not at all. Oh, we're
Yeah.
not talking cultured here. We're talking
this
proper
is-
lowbrow.
Yeah.
But like, there are a certain genre or collection of films that me and Wayne are. Well, we know inside out, and that's definitely one of them. Probably the best. Yeah, but instantly they come on, then you got to watch them.
You got to throw like Anchorman. That'll be on there for me. An amazing film. Sharknado. That's just a classic.
They're making another one.
It was on. It's just been on and I've missed it.
No, they're going to make a final one.
Yeah, and it's just been on the Sci-Fi Channel this week. I've watched it with time
To
travel
be
and all
fair,
sorts.
from when they announce it to start making it to when it's released, it's probably about a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got a message this week from my brother saying, "Have you watched the recent Sharknado? It started tonight, premiered tonight."
I'm sure they make it because one of the guys who's in it, the guy who shouts "Damn you, Sharknado." Yeah, no,
What?
I've not seen it before.
Why not?
Well, the guy who's the main star of it,
Oh, Finn.
I follow on Twitter. Or the
Okay.
one, I don't think he's the main star, but he's in a lot of them.
Probably Finn.
And he shout his line is
There's
his
no-
famous line is "Damn you, Shark" or something along them lines.
No, you're a heathen.
No, it's generally what
You're
he
a
says. But
heathen.
I follow him on Twitter, Ralph Garman, and he said in the week that there's another one, and they
Yeah, and
Yeah, they're making
it's a T-Rex was having a fight with a shark. How is that not great filmistry? Is that a word?
it's not a word.
Stop staring at me.
You're
like
an
that.
idiot. You're an absolute. You know, you said you didn't read books.
Yeah.
It fucking shows.
Speaking of shark films, I recently went to see The Meg,
Yeah,
and it was thoroughly enjoyable.
this is up your
But
street, Ben.
There
This
we
is
go.
this
So
is
the
rubbish.
Meg's in the
It
Megalodon.
was very, very enjoyable. The only
Is it just
issue,
a massive shark?
just a huge shark.
Which is what Jaws was about, surely.
Yeah, essentially, but it was a lot bigger than Jaws.
Ah,
Shark
so it's
in
like
Jaws.
bigger Jaws,
It
like a
was,
Family Guy.
yeah, and it was quite fun. It had Jason Statham in it doing. Well, I would
Classic-
like to say
classic Jason
what
Statham, I
is
imagine.
doing better, but because it's like a 12 or anything, he can't go full Jason Statham.
Mm,
You know, he needs to be able to swear convincingly,
yeah.
and he didn't have that opportunity, which kind of dulled the experience a little bit.
So you sat there with a hard on the old time, yeah.
Well,
Mm.
Not the whole time. After I come, I was fine. But otherwise, yeah, it was okay.
Did he kung fu kick this shark at any point? He does a lot
I
of that
don't
sort of shit.
believe so that I can remember, but a lot of things.
How did they kill the big shark?
I mean, I don't want to spoil things.
Yeah, no, spoil
for
away, spoil
people.
away.
So, spoiler warnings for anyone who wants to see the
Very
film.
professional way.
I believe he uses a submarine to gut it.
I want to watch it. I want to watch it. He
And
guts it with the
then
submarine.
what is it? I think he stabs it in the eye with a big knife.
How big? I don't get this.
No,
so
wait.
a submarine can gut it, but then
Is this-
how
is
big
this-
is the knife that he's using to cut the eye?
Maybe it was like a long pole, but
Okay.
then lots of other sharks come along and eat it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is this a Henry James novel?
again, I'm not good with books.
No. Oh, okay. I
Who's Henry
thought
James?
that's what you're talking about. I've not seen it because it looks absolutely
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Pizza
thought-
Dude's here.
pizza guy.
There we go.
So I've moved on to a different beer. I've left your Jean-Claude Van Damme branded
It'd
nonsense.
be nice though, wasn't it?
Your
How
North
many out of 10?
what for cause?
For the course, yeah.
Cause Light. Cause Light.
Light.
Not even real cause. Jesus. But I must admit, like when I was in Canada this year,
Canadania, I think.
Canadania.
Thank you.
When I was in Canadania earlier this year, cause was all right. But when you're there, when you're not there, you shouldn't really be drinking it. To be fair,
I'm like that with San Miguel. I think San Miguel's like a holiday beer. So when you go to Spain,
it is. Yes.
when you go to Spain, it's San Miguel.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't taste right on it back here.
Is that what people say about Guinness? Like, if you have it in Ireland, it's so much better. I've
No.
never had the pleasure, but Guinness is all right.
I got a theory about Guinness though. Guinness for me though is that drink where there are some people in the world who drink Guinness and really get on with it, and they can have a right session on Guinness and absolutely fine. There's another group of people who drink it because they think that they have to, because it's either the 17th of March or they just get, I'll have a Guinness. I like Guinness. No, you don't. And they try and put as much black in the top of it to stop it tasting of Guinness. So if you don't want to drink Guinness, don't. I don't drink it. I don't like it. It's no offence to Guinness. People who drink Guinness, fine. You drink it. I don't like it, so I'm not even going to try and bother.
You're not going to spend money on it, are you? You're not going to go and spend £3.50 on a pint of Guinness when you have something else that you like.
Just drink what you want.
But I'm with you though on the pouring black into it. I'm also, I think I sound like my dad when I say this. My dad always used to say, because we used to drink Jack Daniels and Coke as a kid.
Yeah.
He would say, like, Jack Daniels spent years and years and years developing the fine taste of this bourbon, and then you go and ruined it by throwing some Coke in there. Which is pretty much like the bloke who invented the cushion, really, wasn't he? It really was. Someone developed a really nice, lovely sofa. It fits right nice up against your back, and then some arsehole comes out and says, John Cushion, we'll call him.
John Cushion.
Yeah, he comes out with that.
But the problem is with Jack Daniels, I'm looking at you, Wayne, now, is that it's not the greatest on its own. There's a lot. No, there's a lot.
No,
exactly.
I used to drink it a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah, but there were better ones on
its
its own
now.
Oh, not now.
It's just too sweet.
Oh, not now. But like back in the day. But it used to be better. There was other whiskies that were better rather than Jack Daniels on its own. But anyway,
name one.
I'm going to go back. Well, Southern Comfort's better on its own.
It's not even a whiskey.
For the heathen over here. Like,
There's Jack Daniels. It's a bourbon.
No, it's a bourbon.
Exactly, in your face. And I'm going to put in.
I think I mentioned it as a bourbon.
Well, I'm going to do another in your face in a minute.
No bourbon.
I don't care. No one does. But you started this conversation by saying that San Miguel is a holiday drink that's tasted better or tastes better, and you should only drink it on holiday.
Okay, I think you were more talking about the holiday beers with cause, but either way, I've moved on and I've gone for Superboc.
Yeah, you're on a Superboc, which is
Superboc, the choice of the Portuguese, really.
Exactly. So you're on the ultimate holiday drink.
Yeah, but I've never been to Portugal, so it's fine.
Oh,
do you think I'd ever go to Portugal and drink it and go, I class this as a Pete's front room Jamaican French Georgia beer? Just doesn't taste the same.
No, but we've been in Portugal, weren't we?
We've been in Portugal.
And we drank Superboc, so that's why we're going to classify.
Was there something else there as well?
Yeah, there was another one beginning with it. There was one beginning with S.
Oh.
Was it Superboc?
No, it was beginning with Sabre or Sabu or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever. It's not the greatest tasting beer in the world. Anyway, I'm on to where's my bottle gone? Here it is. I'm on to a Star Praven, which it's a lovely drop.
Check
on correct.
Yep.
Prague, well, it says Prague on it. It could be the Prague area of Czech, or it could actually be towards the Brno area, or
the what?
Brno, or the Pardubice, kind of just the northern area.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Hopefully, I'm going there in October, and if so, that would be incredibly boozy.
Something to look forward to, isn't it? That really.
Me and Dermot on an away day.
Oh, I'd love to go on holiday with Dermot.
It's not on holiday. We're going to watch a horse race, but there we go.
It's not a holiday. Every day's a holiday with Dermot.
It's a long way to go to watch a horse race.
Yeah, but this one looks nuts. So
what, the horse race?
Basically, you go to Prague and it's an hour
really?
away. It's basically the Czech Grand National. It's called the Pardubice, and it's incredible. But an interesting story. When I landed in Czech Republic to do this blind football tournament I do every year, basically. The taxi driver, I spoke with Dermot a couple of days before.
Just to make clear, Selby isn't blind.
Yeah.
He commentates on the score.
You've seen me playing goal. But basically, we're talking about going to this Pardubice.
Women is pulled.
This Pardubice.
I've not seen that.
The part of,
I've seen the men.
It should be the blind women. But basically... This horse race is nuts. So Dermot goes, when you go over there, ask them about it. And I'm like, I'm going to ask a load of people who organise a blind football tournament about this horse race. No one's going to know. Got in the taxi driver. Right, mate, do you know about this Pardubice? He goes, yeah. He spoke in English, really good. He goes, the town itself is horrible. He goes, there's nothing there. He goes, but it is really famous. I went, yeah, for the horse race, it looks quite a small place, but they've got this big famous. He goes, no, not that because of that. He goes, it's where the Lockerbie bomb came from. Like, just brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant.
And I was like, oh, jeez. He goes, there's a big chemical factory, and
they celebrate it every year.
Well, yeah. They have a big parade and all sorts, you know.
Definitely.
And basically, he says in all around the world, when they make this certain chemical, they always add a little bit to it so they can identify where it's from and all that sort of thing. Just like if you've seen the film Sum of All Fears, they could find out where the A-bomb went off. Ben Affleck then saved the world by saying where it all came from. But that's what happens here. So every chemical plant around the world that makes these explosives add the bit. The problem is, Pardubice didn't. And they just went, no, anyone can use it, it's fine. So when the bomb happened and all that, they knew exactly who had it because it was from there. Because it had no trace of anything.
So they're the only ones who could do it.
Exactly.
Unless there's someone else who's just not doing it and
Yeah,
not telling people.
Exactly. This is back in the day when that area of the world was owned by bad people and all that sort of thing. But anyway, I've been in the country for about 7 minutes, and this is the conversation I was having.
Even Scooby-Doo would have worked that one out really quickly.
Well, exactly, that's what I thought. But that's how they called it.
Is that exactly what you thought?
No, my first thought was
would have worked that out rather than Scooby.
How dangerous is the taxi driver? Like he knew a lot lot it.
So you mentioned that this horse race was nuts. That's what got me earlier.
Do they like Limbo?
Are they like the Pat Sharp's Funhouse version of horse racing?
That would be great.
That would be nuts.
That would be great if there's twins there. Even better. But I presume there are twins. A lot of nice women out there. Poverty breeds fit women. But it's it's like the Grand National. It's basically just a load of different obstacles.
Have you been to Clifton recently?
A lot of height.
Bernie Clifton.
He was on TV the other day.
Was he really?
Oh,
was he still riding around on that bird?
No, he wasn't.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Just taking a turn, this hasn't it? Good old. But no, he was on TV for a different reason, and it's something which I can't believe we've not even mentioned yet.
What? Far away.
Chuckle.
Oh, mate.
I don't think we're ready for that.
Why? Why not?
Why would you bring the atmosphere down?
I was in the same position when Mr. Miyagi died as what I was with Barry Chuckle.
Arse in the air.
That's the one. Yeah. Get off, Pedro. I've just read that Barry Chuckle died. It's not a time nor the place.
He would have approved of that.
He would. To me.
Oh no.
Let's get away from Pedro. We'll come back.
Yeah, we'll come back to Pedro.
Well, no, it's just a true childhood hero. Come on. Brilliant. I remember when he was in the Chuckle Hounds, which I don't know whether you... I'm a bit older than you.
To Barry Chuckle.
We toast it. We're going to take a leaf for me. Superbox cheers.
To Barry.
Well, I'll say, I'll carry on by saying... Absolutely 100% genuine. Like when the news came out about it, I was absolutely really upset. Like it really, I sat and watched an episode of Chuckle Vision. I found it on YouTube. The problem is nowadays you get people who are famous online, you get people who are famous on different channels. Not everyone watches the same channel now because there's so many, and just the way that time's moved on. But back when, 10, 12 million people, up to 20 million people watch BBC One, BBC Two, they are uber famous. If you're on TV, you're in. That's it.
Yeah, even kids nowadays would know it. They probably wouldn't have watched Chuckle Vision, but they'd know.
Give it 20 years, and if Ant and or Dec dies, people will have the same reaction.
Oh yeah, but everyone knows.
I
think so.
I don't have an affection towards the Ant and the Dec.
Not in the same way, but I think a lot of people
they're very good at what they do. But it wasn't I need to rush home and watch Ant and Dec on TV. I like Barker Grove, but I was more of a Jeff kind of guy. Honest?
Jeff?
I like that, yeah.
Was he the guy?
He had the one with the weird beard. It was like a beard, but it went on his chin.
He was like the community centre leader?
Yeah, that's what Barker Grove was, yeah.
Was that what it is?
You realise that Ben's kind of facial hair is basically based on Jeff.
Why is it?
Yeah, I see it.
I've not got I couldn't pull that off at all.
You've got a beard.
I've got a beard, but Jeff had the missing bit around his chin, didn't he? He kind of like did the...
Well, you need to sort out your game. What are you doing?
Should I do that for the next podcast?
Yeah, because that worked really. On this medium, that would be tremendous.
Listeners would really appreciate it.
I watched Barker Grove as well. I'm a big Barker Grove fan. Spooky. I'm blind, Dec. By the way, that's absolutely perfect.
I don't think he called himself Dec, though.
Don't believe it was.
No, he wasn't calling himself Dec. He was telling Dec that he's blind because that was Ant. That's right.
You're right, PJ and Duncan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, massive fan. Absolutely massive. Doesn't even know the fucking name.
Shut up, Potter.
No, but can he see, man?
Back to Chuckle.
If he said that, people would have got it.
Yeah. no idea what you were talking about there. But no, back to Chuckle.
Really?
Like, everyone who
It doesn't matter.
back to Chuckle. Like really sad, really sad.
it is
And
sad.
also the best thing about it, the nice thing that's come out of it is everyone's kind of gone, yes, what a really nice guy, what a great show. The stuff at the football,
Yeah,
there was
Rotherham.
chance
Shout
of
to me to
Rotherham
you.
because they were live presidents at at Rotherham, and basically the two away fans, I think it was Ipswich, they were shouting to me, Rotherham, the home fans shouting to you, back and forth, and then it was all that sort
There's
of.
a Paul
it-
cheering in the background.
There's been, obviously there's been memes and things like that gone around and a few jokes gone around, but not as probably much as you'd think. I think there's just been a lot of people
But
going,
at the same
actually,
time, I
really
think
nice
a
guys.
lot of that stuff has come from a place of warmth. For the Chuckle
yeah,
people.
everyone's gone about.
I mean, there might be jokes about
They've all said
to
the
me
coffin, and all that sort of thing.
But people generally love them.
I don't know right now whether there has been one or whether there. I imagine it would have been definitely in the writing room on the floor, screwed up. But there must have been an episode written about them carrying a coffin where they said to me, to you, and that's what people have always said.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
the main joke has been, is that gonna, and obviously they didn't and stuff, but yeah, just a apparently really nice guy, and you know, no, I won't say that, but there we go. Yeah, it's.
You won't say what.
I was going to say that it's nice for someone who's not got anything, dodgy about them and all that sort of thing.
We're talking like U Tree, aren't we? That sort of
Exactly,
that sort of shit, yeah.
exactly. Just like
I
genuine
think he
people.
did, though, didn't he?
No,
No, I think if we go back about 10 years,
they went.
It wasn't kiddie fiddling or anything like that. But
No.
it was known to be a bit promiscuous.
No, they went to court as not as they gave testimonies about. I can't remember it was who it was about. I think it was a radio DJ who they were apparently in the building when something happened, and so they had to go in and
DLT.
say something along them lines, and they were witnesses or something. That was the only. So nothing against them at all.
I'm sure I read something in
No.
the Daily Sport, and if this is me reading, and it's Daily Sport.
You can't read and establish this fact.
You read
Just
the
look
Daily
at the pictures.
No one gets a Daily Sport to read it.
There
do
was
they?
some of the headlines.
I'm sure there was something in there. I once read
No.
something about Paul Daniels, and I read something about Barry Chuckle as well.
but no,
Very well hung, apparently.
no, but not. Well, yeah, but that's got nothing to do with bloody whatever. But anyway, that's the Chuckle Brothers. It's got to be
I
mentioned.
don't want to know that.
It's scarred, you know.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, the fact that Ben reads the Daily Sport.
No, that Barry Chuckle may have been well hung.
Well, no may about it.
Yeah,
If Daily Sport's got anything to go by, then yeah,
Well, fair enough to the guy.
Hardcore professional journalism.
definitely. I think we covered that one. How did we get onto that? Went from Bernie Clifton. I don't know how Bernie Clifton
We
came.
started on what beers we like, did we? No, you just talked about.
Yeah, we did.
What you've
And then we
seen
went
in
on
the
to a
news.
really weird place,
Yeah.
and then you said Clifton.
But I
said
do
Bernie
need a beer in the
Clifton.
meantime. I shall tell you about it when I return.
Ooh, Wayne's going to get another beer. Make sure it's a good one though, Wayne.
Now,
Need to juice it.
he can actually hear us, but I nearly dropped a load of beer in there, and if he opens the fridge and picks out the wrong bottle, this could be.
It's tense.
It's tense.
Nervous radio. This is
See, while Wayne's gone, we can actually talk.
about him.
We can talk about sport because Wayne doesn't know a
Oi.
thing about sport.
Did you read this week?
This will only be 2 minutes, by the way. For people
Did
that
you read
don't
this
know
week that Alan Shearer had claimed that Sergio Aguero was the best ever foreign player to grace the Premier League?
Yeah,
So, my only argument with that,
is that it's wrong, obviously.
one, I don't agree with it. I think it's class. But he said he's the best ever foreign player. So he must believe that a national homegrown player has been better than Sergio Aguero.
Isn't
Is
every
he-
player
is
a
he
foreign
put-
player,
is-
wherever, depending on where they play?
No, don't know what that means. But is Alan Shearer putting himself up there? Is he subconsciously saying, I am the greatest player that's ever appeared for the Premier League? Because I can't think of a English or from the British Isles player that might be able to say that he's better than Sergio Aguero. Would you say that Rooney was? No? Would you say Ryan Giggs was better than Sergio Aguero in terms of greatest player? Most decorated?
I've completely lost the train of thought. I thought you were on about best foreign player that's ever played.
I was, but my point was that Shearer made his point saying he's the greatest foreign player that we've seen in the Premier League. He hasn't said he's the greatest player we've seen in the Premier League. So Alan Shearer must think there is a homegrown player
Yes.
that is better than Sergio Aguero that
Yeah,
we've seen
himself.
in the Premier League. So he must be referring to himself.
And
He must have written down.
Yeah.
He's basically saying, I am the greatest player that's ever played in the Premier League.
And
Do you
if I was him, I would probably say the same.
You
Do
don't say
you
about
think
yourself.
you may be slightly overthinking the words he said? Maybe he didn't
No.
put as much thought into what he said.
I didn't
as
see
yours.
where he said it. I've seen it's being reported, and I looked at it and went, "Oh, really? You know, I mean, we could do that, but not really."
I don't
you know.
even know who Aguero.
Aguero, yeah.
Yeah, Aguero is.
Do you know what I mean? That's both. It's quite comforting that there's people who don't know
Yeah,
who he
his
is.
first name's Christina.
It's quite. I think charming's the wrong word. I think it's quite. What's the word I'm looking for?
Ignorant.
Naive. Naive, ignorant. Anyway, what are you drinking?
I'd like to pet you before I go. I'll be back tomorrow night so we can drink some more. I don't care what the people are thinking. I'm not drunk, I'm just a drinking. I said more, another round. I said more, another round. I said more, another round. One more round, get me down. Another round.